Christine, and I've been working on my second book for the last 2 years, almost 2 years, called Better Together, and today I get to tell you all about it, finally. It's very exciting, and nerve-wracking, I'm sweating. So I'm doing the cover reveal, the synopsis reveal, the release date reveal. I'm answering the questions you sent in about Better Together. All the things Better Together. I want to clarify before we go any further, Better Together is not a sequel to Again But Better. Yes, they both have better in the title. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it just happened, and now like better is my brand or something. Again But Better is a separate standalone. First things first, we gotta do the cover reveal. It has a release date. Let me tell you the release date before we get to the cover. It's coming out June 1st, 2021. Better Together, June 1st, 2021. June 1st of next year. June 1st, 2021. Summer 2021. June 1st, 2021. 6/1, 2021. Rolls off the tongue nice. Better Together. So what's super cool about Better Together is that it has two covers! A front cover and a back cover, but they're both covers. So I'm about to show you two covers. I don't know if I should show you like the front cover. I guess I'll show you the front cover first and the back cover second. I love them and I'm so excited. Okay, you ready? Drum roll. You ready for this? You ready? The cover for Better Together. Ah! Look at it! And the back cover? They're so beautiful. I feel so lucky to have two covers. They're so detailed. When I first got the sketches for these covers, and it had all these tiny little details. My heart. I was just like, oh. I'm so grateful and lucky to have a publisher who involves me in the cover process. They sent me options of different artists, then they sent me the sketches of the characters so I can give my 2 cents on like how accurate they are to the characters in the book and all that stuff. It was very cool. I am so happy with the way they came out. This is such a random part of I love the covers. But my favorite part of the covers is that slant of light coming in through the window that cuts through the image. It's freaking beautiful. And that wasn't there in the sketches. Like I already obviously thought the sketches were great, but once that slant entered, oh, my brand is the word better and a slant down the page of the cover. Bananas, oatmeal, better, and slant. Brand. Better Together is so real now. It has a cover, it has a release date, and here we go with the synopsis. You know how I am about synopsises. I don't read anything. I don't read any spoilers. I kind of like to just go in blind, and if you want to go in blind with just the cover images, that's beautiful and dandy. You can mute until I get to like the fun Q&A. That's not going to be spoilery at all, don't worry. But if you want the synopsis, if you need it, here it comes. It feels spoilery to me. A lot of times people are like, it's in the first chapter. I've even done this before. It's in the first chapter, it's not a spoiler. But like when I don't know anything that's gonna happen and it happens in the first chapter, I am thrown off kilter and excited as heck. Oh shit. Whoa. That took me by surprise. I love it. So if you want that to happen to you, you can mute the stream now. And you can unmute when I take the synopsis little tag here off. So here comes the synopsis. So this is the lead-in line. Oh. Freaky Friday meets the Parent Trap in this sparkling and heartfelt story about sisters, second chances, finding romance, and finding yourself. So right off the bat, you have an idea. Like, you don't have to go any further. You don't have to listen to any more of the synopsis if you want to be surprised from here. You can mute until the synopsis thing is gone now. Okay, if you need to know more, here we go. More synopsis incoming. Jamie's an aspiring stand-up in Los Angeles with a growing case of stage anxiety. Siri's a stunning ballerina from New Jersey nursing a career-changing injury. They both signed up for the same session at an off-the-grid rediscover yourself retreat in Colorado. When they run into each other, the world's turned upside down. Jamie and Siri are sisters, torn apart at a young age by their parents' volatile divorce. They've grown up living completely different lives. Jamie with their dad, Siri with their mom, now reunited after a decade apart. They had to plot to switch places. It's time they get to know and confront their estranged parents. Oh, I don't want to read the rest. Okay, seriously. If you don't want to be spoiled anymore, stop now. With accidental Alongside a parade of hijinks and budding romance, both girls work to navigate their broken family life and the stresses of impending adulthood. Ta-da! It has romance, it has family drama, and it has lots of fun stuff. It's available for pre-order now. I couldn't bring myself to read the full synopsis. I myself don't write the synopsis. It's up to the publishers. And I actually did write most of this synopsis because I was asked for that one-page summary of the story. But now it ended up as the synopsis. I'm like, oh! If you want to read the whole thing, it'll be out there. But you get the gist. Better Together is now officially up for pre-order. If you're excited and planning to read it, pre-orders are so important for authors. The amount of pre-orders affects the amount of stores that put the book on their shelves, and the more likely it will be that I go on tour. The idea of a tour right now is just like so high up in the sky. Everything crossed that by June of next year, we're doing a little better and maybe a tour will be possible, which shows the publishing company that you guys want a tour are pre-orders. There's a link at the top of the description. It's also super helpful to request it at your local library. Everything and anything in the realm of supporting this book is so appreciated and goes such a long way. Thank you so much. You know things! Let's get right into the questions! What inspired Better Together? So many things inspired this book. I knew I wanted to write a story about sisters. That was a little Easter egg in Again But Better. This is not the book that Shane is writing in Again But Better, and I know a lot of you have asked that question, like, was that a meta clue thing? It wasn't. Would have been cool, but I didn't know what this book was gonna be exactly at that time when I was writing Again But Better. I knew I wanted to be about sisters. So I wanted to be writing about sisters forever. I don't know if any of you guys were around for The Art of Seduction, but like I wanted to write a series about those sisters. I've been wanting to do a sister story. And this is a sister story. It's a romance too. There's 2 romance lines running through it. It's about sisters. I knew I wanted to write about divorce. It's about the way the divorce has affected both of them. And it's also super fun. It's got lots of different things going on. So I knew divorce and sisters. At the beginning of 2019, I was like pondering these things and the way I wanted to tell this. My brain stumbled upon The Parent Trap. And oh man, what would that be like with 2 grown women? Like 2 young ladies, 2 sisters who are older. What would that look like? And I was fascinated by that idea. So I dove headfirst into that and things started to roll from there. There's a lot of other little things that inspired me that I will save for when the book comes out because I don't want to spoil anything. Obviously, you know, 2 big inspirations are the opening line of the synopsis if you stayed and listened for that. We've got 2 main characters, Jamie and Siri. Those are the 2 gals on the cover. With Again But Better, I was always like, this is my Taylor Swift song. Like, this is my Frozen. It's nothing like Frozen, but it is about sisters. How old are your lead characters? Jamie is almost 21, she's 20. Siri is 18, going on 19. They're both almost turning. What Taylor Swift song do you think goes best with this book? So I thought about this long and hard. There's nothing that perfectly fits it. Like, when I listened to Holy Ground after I wrote Again But Better, I was like, this is it! There was no song exactly like that. I have a couple combinations of songs. I have songs for like each character. I really went through and tried to hone in on one. This is not a Taylor Swift book. The album of this book was Manic by Halsey. When I listened to it, I was like, this is it. This is it. But for Taylor Swift, best Taylor Swift song that I could fit in here. It's a combination. It's My Tears Ricochet meets Look What You Made Me Do meets Begin Again. That is Better Together. Compared to Again But Better, what has been easier? What has been harder? Everything has been harder. Nothing has been easier. And I think that's all about the pressure that comes with a second book. After like you have a book that's released in the world and you've been through the experience of the highs and the lows of having it be in the hands of the readers, you don't feel the pressure as much when you're writing your first book. You're having a ball, you're writing it on your own schedule, la la la. With Better Together, I had deadlines for every draft. I had to do an outline. All of that, plus the pressure of knowing that like this book is gonna come out in 2 years. Like this book is going to be published. What are people gonna think? Like all of that is compounded with this book. It was just harder in every respect. If Better Together was made into a movie, what song would play in the credits/opening scene? Just going off of like the feel and vibe of the opening scenes of the book, I've landed on Clementine by Halsey or Bellyache by Billie Eilish. When and why did you decide to call it Better Together and not preferably paired like you originally told us? When I picked the title Preferably Paired, I had not finished the first draft of the book. When I had to pick a title for the book announcement, I knew that I couldn't be sure about it. It depended on where the characters went. When I wrote it, after it announced Preferably Paired, I was like, shit sticks. This isn't, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work for this story. And I originally called this book Better Together. Better was already on the mind. Again, But Better was coming out. I was writing the outline for this and I was like, oh, I'll call it Better Together. And stuck. That's what happened with that. If Better Together was the Taylor Swift album, what album would they be? Jamie, Reputation, Siri, Speak Now. I thought a lot about that, you guys. What was it like writing 2 point of views this time? The hardest part was like the beginning draft, when I was still getting to know these characters. Once I got to know them, it was so much fun. The hardest part was just like starting, switching back and forth and being like, okay, I have to make sure that I'm writing in their correct mindset. But what is that mindset? You know, what exactly makes up their mindset? And you have to write it out to get to that point. What type of scenes are your favorite to write? The romancy ones, always. You'll know them when you read them. If your new book was a Gilmore, who would it be? This was really hard. And again, I deliberated and I landed on Emily Gilmore. How was it writing with a new puppy? Oh my gosh. Thank the heavens. I was almost done when I got that puppy because it was impossible. It wasn't impossible. I did it. I felt like a zombie. Is there any LGBT rep? Of course. Did you stick to your outline or did you say just screw it? I like, for the most part, stuck to the outline, but I didn't look at the outline. I hit the major beats that were in the outline, but I didn't get there the same way that I did get there in the outline. What is your favorite song from Folklore that goes with this book? The songs from Folklore that I associate really hard with writing this book are Seven and The Lakes. I listened to that song so many times. That song is perfection. The first time I listened to it, I did not feel it at all because I was too exhausted. And then I went to write and I put it on.
Take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die.
I always heard the second book is harder to write. Is it true? Yes. Is that stuff more serious or more rom-com? Like, I Get My Better. It's not more serious. This is a drom-com and I Get My Better was a rom-com. This is a rom-com. Like, there's more drama, but there's a lot of rom-com. Drom-com. It's a drom-com, rom. Last question today. Are the main characters T-Swift fans? They are not. They're fans of other things. No spoilers! I'm so excited to share this story with you. I'm so excited about these covers. Thank you so much for being here. Better Together comes out 6/1/2021. Again, I just want to thank you so much for being here. If you pre-order Better Together, if you plan on pre-ordering Better Together in the future, if you plan on reading Better Together, if you request it at your library, anything, I thank you. It means everything. I always say that, but it does. The link is at the top of the description. I'm Christine. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. This is me giving you a hug. I will see you next time. Goodbye.